Welcome to my channel. This is an indication of some of the things that I cover on a regular basis in my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so, and don't forget to click the little bell so that you'll get notified of future videos. Please feel free to share my videos on your social media, and I hope you enjoy the video which follows. Well, to start this video off about my chicken coop, my bantam hens, that is not a chicken coop, and it's not a bantam hen. That is a wasp's nest or a hornet's nest, depending on who you talk to. They're sort of made out of paper. They make their own paper. But well, the reason I'm taking this little clip of it, it is a good 30 feet up in a tree off the ground. And the old superstition goes here that if the nest is high off the ground, it's going to be a bad winter with lots of snow. So that does not bode well for this winter, I guess. These are two cochins from the last batch of chickens that I bought. I bought 3 cochins and 3 light brown leghorns. I don't mean to suggest in any way that the lady that I bought them from was dishonest or anything like that, but I was supposed to get 4, 2 blue and 2 of the mottled cochins. That one with the white on it is a mottled, and the dark one there is what they call a blue cochin. And she apologized when I got there that some confusion earlier on with the rush of people earlier in the day. She sold most of the ones that I wanted. So I took what she had left. I took 2 mottled and that one little blue one. One of the mottled was very small, and I put them in a box and went walking around. When I came back later to pay her, she had decided to sell me the smaller one at half price. Well, the poor little thing that was sold at half price only lasted about 2 days, and I found it dead in the coop. Not a mark on it. It wasn't hurt by anything. But these guys have been moved in with the quail because they are being picked on by somebody. I don't know who. They're just too small still to be in, even though the other ones are bantams. I didn't ask when these hatched, but they're not even half grown. When you see some of my other bantams, like the ones that hatched out for me this summer, they're a lot larger than these. So the little blue guy wasn't hurt at all. The mottled one, not really hurt, but she's had feathers picked out of her back. So moved them in with my remaining quail. I only have 5 quail and left. I started with 14. I have 5 left that are 3 years old, which is very old for quail. But there's been no problem at all since I moved them in. I was quite pleased with that. They just seem to get along quite fine. A little look at the quail, if you see all 5 of them or not. They're all the Japanese quail, but I had several different of the different varieties of them. This little thing was born deformed, or hatched deformed, however you want to put it. Its head sort of is on a slant. I see it lying around like that 1,000 times over the years, and I've often thought it was dead, and I have to watch to see it breathe. I don't know if it's male or female, but nobody ever picks on it. He gets along just fine. Over there to snuggle up next to it. That particular one has still got a bald head, but the poor thing was pretty near naked earlier in the summer. She's grown back most of her feathers, and I think most of the males that were bothering her have all ones that have died as well. But that's the little disabled one standing up. Its head is always sideways. I'm amazed that the other birds don't pick on it, but they don't at all. Here they come. They do this every time I open the door. It's a stampede to get out. Well, everybody else in the coop is getting along very well. I was concerned about the 2 roosters. Handsome, that's him going there, and the naked neck silky rooster. The silky rooster's very young and just started to crow a few weeks ago, but he's in his prime now and he crows all the time, and I don't see where it's an issue at all. They just sort of coexist, I guess. Glad to see that. I was worried that there would be battles. The littlest ones there are the English game birds. The blacktails are called black English game birds, and I have one that has sort of a gray tail. It's called a blue English game. And of course, that's one of the silky hens in the foreground there. It's one of the English game, one of the leghorns in the center there. That's the naked neck rooster. See his neck there a little better. I don't know if he's all that much bigger or if he's just fluffier, but he does seem to be bigger than the silky hens. Now, this girl is still mad at me. She's clucking and complaining. She was sitting in the corner of the coop and had 6 eggs under her. Little brown eggs, little white eggs, and don't know if she actually laid any of them. She quite possibly did. Handsome has taken part of the flock up under my plum trees. When I cleaned out the coops, I spread some of the manure and bedding under my plum trees and apple trees for fertilizer, and they love to dig in it. I don't know if it still has bugs in it or what they're getting, but they're helping me spread it around anyway. Handsome has made his special clucking noise, which is supposed to let the hen know that he's found something, a little treat. But most of the time he's just teasing. She comes down to see what he's got, and there's nothing there. A little flock of the old English game birds, all 4 of them, I guess, right there. See the one with the gray feathers, she's the blue old English game. One of the light brown leghorns has come in with them. They're all getting along remarkably well. No fighting. I know I was expecting the roosters to fight, but sometimes these other birds have a difficult job settling in as well. But the only strange thing that's still happening is the silkies, for some reason, are still sleeping on the floor, won't get up on the roost. A little better look at the naked neck silky rooster. I've done my thing where I spread some scratch feed on the ground again. So we get them in one location to make it a little easier to do some video. Those are all my barnyard bantams. There's not a pure breed among what you're seeing there now. They're all little mixed breeds. That little one off to the far left, that's one that hatched out here earlier in the summer. Sort of has a bit of strange white feathers on its face. And the other one that just came in the background there with the white bib or beard or whatever, that was also hatched here this summer. So you see how much bigger they are than the 2 little cochins that are in with the quail. A little better look at the one with the white bib. I I lucked out. Both of them are little hens. I'm hoping the two little cochins in with the quail will end up being hens. They look like they are to me, but I think they're really too young. The breeder thought they were, but can't be certain. They love to go out under the trees and scratch around in the fallen leaves, especially this time of year now that the foliage is starting to come down before winter. So far these guys don't go too far away though, and I'm glad of that. Some of my larger hens well, they never actually left the property, I guess, but they've wandered further afield than these ones tend to. This is the last clip. The 3 light brown leghorns got together. Didn't seem to want to be around too much when the other birds were eating the scratch feed that I put out for them. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this little update from the chicken coop and the quail coop, I guess.